Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first podcast. We're glad to have you with us. We are Side Picks. We're your go-to for everything sports, whether it's sports betting, fantasy sports, or, just anything sports. We're here for you. I'm your host, Red Samples. Along with me, we have Hunter Mitchell, Austin Harris, and Thomas Reese. Let's dive right in. NCAA Men's predictions. Austin, who you got?
We got to represent right here.
Yeah.
So we got the Gators. Gators in a tough battle with Auburn. We already done it once, so why not do it again? The neutral side. And on the other side, does it really matter? Because Florida's going to win it all. But I think Duke's going to come out pretty strong. Houston ain't going to be able to come back. And then championship time, Florida shows up every time. Take down the number one player in the country, Cooper Flag.
Dominate.
I'm going to happily disagree with you, Opie.
I'm with you on that one.
So I'm going to go ahead and throw mine out there. I do think it'll be a tough matchup with Florida and Auburn. I think given that the recent events, watching the games with Florida and seeing that they're more of a second-half team, how much deficit are they able to give up to Auburn in the first half that they can make up in the second half? I think it'll be a good game. I do think Florida will pull out and win. I think it'll be close at the end. However, the coaching battle and the coaching plus talent battle ends for Houston when they face Duke. I think Duke's an unstoppable force, unfortunately. Cooper Flag's probably going to just flag down a championship win for him this year with ease. I don't think Florida will have a chance to stop them. Hate to hurt your feelings, Opie, but that's just the truth. Now, anything can happen. It is March. We know this. There's a good chance that they could also not even get past Houston. I highly doubt that. But if they roll Houston, like I think they're going to, they're going to roll Florida, and it's not even going to be worth watching.
I don't think there's any doubt. The top four teams are playing for the championship now, though.
For sure.
I don't think there's any doubt in that.
Without a doubt.
The talent's there.
Hey, first time there's been 4 number 1 seeds for the Final Four since 2008. So it's going to be exciting to watch. I've definitely I've got Florida and Duke, and I've got Duke taking it easy.
Easy. And if you want a hot take, just Opie, just to let you know, I'll have this written down. Duke minus 12 for the championship game.
That's tough.
Minus 12.
That's tough.
Hey,
you act like Florida don't fight.
I never said they don't fight, but there's only so much fight you can do when you got somebody who's just absolutely dropping 5 to 10 points on you every breakaway. There's nothing you can do.
At all.
I mean, if Florida's going to come back and play, like I was saying, if they get past Auburn, which Auburn's a good team, good coach, if they get past Auburn, which I think they will, they're going to have their hands full with Duke, and Duke's going to come out swinging. They're not going to let off the gas.
I think the number one thing for Florida, they limit turnovers. If they limit the turnovers against Duke and they limit the fast break points, like Florida should be in control. They should be in control of the game. Because I don't think that, like, as far as big men go, I know they have Cooper Flag, obviously, but around him, when it comes to the big man, Florida wins that battle, especially with the depth and everything coming off the bench. It's the fact that can Walter Clayton keep doing what Walter Clayton's been doing is the ultimate question. Because without him, Florida doesn't even get past UConn.
Yeah, Clayton is the staple point of that team for sure. He's also extremely fun to watch. I know you and I have talked about this. He's phenomenal to watch as a basketball fan. But I don't think, with that matchup, I just don't think that Florida can come out on top unless the stars align and they do control the turnovers and they do manage the clock and can keep Cooper Flag to a minimum, I think.
Yeah, I got a hot take for y'all right here. Number 10 for Florida, Hall, however you say his name. He's going to hold Cooper Flag to less than 20. And that's going to be the game breaker. That boy can play some defense, man. He's in Texas Tech. When he was in, the Williams guy from Texas Tech, he would keep him from getting to his left shoulder. He couldn't back him down. But as soon as somebody else would come in for him, that dude would get to his left shoulder and hit the right hook every single time. Like, dude knows how to
Unfortunately,
play defense.
I would say we've seen Cooper, struggle throughout the game, and Duke's been very good at moving the ball, regardless of who they played.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
I mean, realistically, even if Cooper's not
Proctor,
Duke,
yeah.
I mean Proctor, they're going to score
But Duke
points
has weapons.
whether it's
Duke
Cooper or
has,
not.
but I mean, there's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt that no denying that the teams that have the most depth is Florida and Duke. So I mean, if those are the two teams in the championship, it's definitely going to be a tough battle, and it's probably going to come down to whoever's bench outplays the other one because I mean they both got a crazy amount of depth.
For sure.
Thomas, what do you think?
I disagree with every one of y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all go on and run with it. I mean, I don't know if it come down to depth on either one of the teams. I just think who's gonna be the better player that day. That's how the last few rounds and went anyway. Who was the better player that day? That's how it went down to it. Just like today, everybody pretty much had Houston not winning this game, but when it come down to play, Houston came out of the play and Tennessee didn't. Just like the Auburn game that I missed today. Same thing. They came out ready to go. The other team wasn't. Like if Florida second half team, Auburn is a second half team. So at the end of the day, if Florida down, can they pull through it in the second half? It'd be come down to it. It'd be the question of the day. Can they still do the same thing? Because Auburn gonna put it on you in the second half. They're not a good first half team either. Houston versus Duke. If Houston come out lights out, that all day presence, they meet you at the when you pass the century line out there, ready to pick up defense, man. How can Duke handle that? A team ain't played no defense like them all year. They let them get set up before they get almost a 3-point line before they start picking up.
And that's a
Defense
good
on.
take because it'll be interesting to see them take on a defense that pressures them the
It's
whole
I
all
mean,
time.
day.
Houston definitely has the best defense out of the four teams.
I'm serious. But at my end of the day, like I told y'all both, if Duke go to this thinking that that ain't gonna hurt them or that picking them up early ain't gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna gas Cooper Flag. I'm telling you, you're gonna see him on the bench a lot more because he's gonna be if he want to do too much because he feel like he ain't doing enough. That type of person he is. He definitely don't want pick. Shoot, it's a generational type of talent that just came through here. But I still think
100%.
Houston's still gonna pull it off. It's gonna be down to the wire. It ain't gonna be no 11-point, 5-point. Houston finna get them run for their money for sure. And the same thing with Florida, Auburn. Man, it's gonna be a knockout drag out between them two, man. I'm just gonna be real with
Oh
you.
boy,
I
it's
would
gonna
say
be tough.
And
real.
it can go either way. Honestly, I love Florida. I like Auburn. You know what I'm saying? I see one of them teams, but Duke.
So you
Everybody
taking
going for
Houston to
Duke.
win it all?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Houston to win it all. Real
First
talk.
off, let me say whoever was taking Tennessee over Houston, I don't know if they've been watching the tournament. And second,
Both
the
you better speak up. Both of you better speak up right now.
What you mean? What you
second,
mean?
second,
I had
se-
Kentucky beating Tennessee.
se- second, skimming right past that. I think I believe it's going to be Duke coming out, but regardless, like it's leaps and bounds obvious that the real national championship is getting played between Duke and Houston early, and whoever comes out of Auburn and Florida is just they're the consolation that just so happened to make
No,
it.
absolutely not.
See, I disagree.
Absolutely not.
I
It's
disagree.
hard.
I think you can. There's a case for literally both sides of the bracket. There's a case for both. I literally think in any other concoction of the mix where Florida's on the other side or Houston's on the other side, I really think that Florida and Auburn or Duke and Houston could have been both the final match, the championship. And there's like that's why it's such a toss up. These two games coming up, it's just like it really comes down to what Thomas said. Who's gonna play? Who's gonna come up, show up on the court, and say, "Look, this is my house." And the people that do that are gonna win. And I do agree with Thomas. Houston is bad. I mean, they are a good
For
team.
real.
They are
For
a good
real.
team. I had them go. I mean, I had them in my bracket in the Final Four for a reason. I mean, they are solid. I
Right.
just don't know. I don't know if good
That with a hump,
coaching and really good defense can stop a team that has
ton of
in a
offense.
game against Alabama has 4 players with 15 plus points,
Double figures,
and
yeah.
bench has scored 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just hard for a team to do that, to take on that weight of, oh yeah, the main guy, Cooper Flagg, he's sitting down, but yeah, you got somebody else who's
Yeah.
an inch taller, a little more athletic, just not as good, but he's also dropping 5 or 6 points while Cooper's taking a breath. You know what I'm
True.
saying? That's like,
True.
that's when
True.
and we were talking about depth. I mean, yeah, you get further down on Duke's lineup, and you see guys that have 5, 6 minutes on the court, 3 minutes on the court, don't really do anything. But the 4 guys ahead of them all scored, all got rebounds, all have assists, and you're sitting here thinking like, okay, these are just fillers.
True. I understand that. Hey,
That's
one
why.
thing I got one. I'm sorry, to jump in front of you, but one more
No,
thing I
you're
got to
good.
consider that too. You know, they playing in San Antonio. Y'all got to realize that it's gonna be a home team game for Houston. I'm gonna be real with you.
Essentially, yeah. I mean,
It's gonna be a red all day in that thing. I'm gonna be honest. Red, you
it's gonna
should
be
be there.
Joker.
He should be there. You know, my name is Red. What's
Oh,
up,
red.
baby?
Oh,
I'm
red.
here. I'm here. What y'all talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just
Y'all,
saying.
all red, but he gonna be wearing blue.
Roll Tide. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so Florida and them, they play in the same spot. That's what I'm trying to figure out. They play in the same spot. They all in the same area.
Yeah, they all play in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So Houston and Duke play first, or Florida, Auburn
No,
play second?
Florida and
Florida
Auburn
and
play
Auburn
first.
Florida and
first.
Auburn play first.
Florida has literally
Look,
played first since the round of 32 started.
Why?
Florida has played the first game. I don't know, but they played the first
but
game since the round of 32 started.
let's put this into perspective though, because they're both playing late games. Like they're not playing till like 6 o'clock. So
Prime
Yeah,
time.
Florida starts at 5, and then the next one will be at like 8.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know they do
Duke
that
and
because the
Houston.
West Coast. They do it because the West Coast. That's all they do. The 2 hour gaps. So they trying to
Well,
make sure everybody off work tune
y'all,
in, get more
y'all,
viewers.
y'all said it was in San Antonio. That's Central.
He's talking about the timing.
Oh,
People in the West, they trying to get everybody
yeah,
more
yeah. I
viewers.
got you. Get
Yeah, it just
those people
got
close to
to.
being off work. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 21 million people live over there.
San Antonio, is that not Mountain Time though?
No, it's Central.
No, it's Central. It's still the same as
San
ours.
Antonio is Central. It's kind
Yeah,
of
same
east.
ours.
It's kind of East Central Texas.
Right. Like
Well,
Lubbock, Texas.
Southeast
Texas
Central.
is still the same time as ours. It's all the way west.
So
No lie.
the entire state of Texas is Central.
I don't know.
Now,
I don't
now,
know.
Know that to be
It might
sure, but I
split.
know where San
now
Antonio
that
is a Central time.
there's a solid portion to the west that's not. But anyway, let's pivot on this and let's go. Speaking of championships, let's go to the NBA championship predictions. And Thomas, what you think about that?
Oh yeah, you got me going here. Let me pull this back up, guys. This is something simple for me right here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, right now you got Cleveland at the front runner in the East, and you got the Thunder in the West.
Yeah.
I mean, you get like I said, man, you get the Cleveland Cavaliers playing like they have been playing all year. And with anybody on that side, they'll come out the East easy. But I still got Boston.
Nah.
I still got Boston coming out the East
Yeah.
100%, and then I still got a toss up on the right side, so out west. So I can't tell you. It's
Go ahead
pretty
and
much.
say it, Thomas. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, you know, Lakers in 5, baby. Let's go. Lakers in 5. You hear
Hey,
me?
they may be
WCW, NWO, WWE. I don't care what it is. It's Lakers in 5. That's all you gotta
hey,
do.
hey, yeah. The Lakers are like 20 games behind OKC, but Lakers in 5. Got you.
Hey, at the end of the day, you gotta understand something,
They
man.
ain't fully 20 games. It's 17. All right, give them some credit.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Hey, that's cool, man. But at the end of the day, when it's
Hey,
7 game
That's pretty
series,
much
it's a 7 game series.
it is.
You're right.
Listen, I'm telling
Pretty
you,
much every team in the West.
I like that, but I like your East pick. I'm going Celtics all the way.
All the way?
All the
yeah,
way.
back to back. Oh yeah.
I'm going Celtics all the way.
No.
Look, if they get past Cleveland, I think they're just not gonna.
I think if they run into New York, it'd be a tough bargain for them. But yeah, they get class Cleveland.
That's
You're
what I
New
right.
got.
York's no joke, but I mean, I
I
really
got
think
I got the Knicks and Lakers in the finals. I got
I
Knicks
see
and
you,
6.
cuz. I see
Knicks
you,
and
cuz.
6.
I see you, cuz. Nixon,
Knicks and
hold on.
6.
You don't bump
Knicks
your
and
head out. You
6.
don't bump your head. Hey, man, wake
No,
that guy up over there, man. Somebody
no.
push him and wake him up with that Florida shirt on. Jesus
What did
Christ!
you
He
say?
said,
Knicks win?
Nick's out here giving
yes,
out Stone Cold Stunners, but it ain't
bro.
taking
He
though.
said Knicks in 6. Is what he said. Oh,
Knicks in 6. Wow,
whoa,
that's a
whoa.
hot take.
Stephen A. Smith, I love you. SAS, whatever. Y'all be best friends out here.
SGA, PGA, WNA, Knicks in 6. No,
Heard it. You heard it first from the Celtics fan.
No.
no. Celtics going all the way. They're gonna meet OKC there.
Ooh,
And
You
okay.
think so?
Oh yeah.
Man, I would be scared of OKC loses the first or second round, man. I'll be real with
So
Yeah, they're
that
just
that
too
would
young.
that would have been a fear last year, but
you.
I just like the way they're playing. Obviously, um, I see them taking almost every single series in 6 games until they get to the championship.
Bro, if they run into
Or
the
five.
Joker and them early,
Oh,
I'm telling you,
first off, that one right there is not even going to be close.
you figure that.
After MVP voting last year, SGA, he's going to try to make an example out of Joker. You can go ahead and chalk that up.
It don't even matter. That counter boy ain't finna handle it.
Hey,
Telling the Joker there for a reason, man.
I feel you. I'm just telling you right now. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if SGA averages 40 points a game and he has his own triple double for that series.
I mean, that's fine. He can have all them. He can do all them stat things, but at the end of the day, he be going home watching the Joker move on. That's what he gonna be doing. The Joker
Hey,
move on.
let we'll jump back to this and we'll see.
That's facts, man. That's facts. Hey, Red. I mean, not Red. Opie, what you think, Red? Opie, he got SGA them or Denver in that series?
I take Denver. I take Denver for sure. Joker and Jamal Murray, man, he's just clutching the playoffs, dude.
He is, man. He's just a different guy. Just being honest with
Yeah,
you.
he plays differently in the playoffs. And
I
I
mean,
just don't. I feel like Thunder is just young, man. They don't have that experience that a lot of the teams out west have.
that's why they're not going to win the championship.
I don't think they
I
make
got.
it that far.
I think the game's gonna be close if the Thunder and the Nuggets play, because I mean, just looking at their stat lines, their points per game is the same.
4-2. 4-2. Denver. It goes 7 if you want to call it go 7.
That's
Scary
that's
ass.
that's
I
gonna be
mean,
a close fight.
I think it'll be a good series for sure. I mean, I don't
They
know.
gonna
That
sell
for me,
tickets.
that for me is
You
a
also
tough
got
pick.
the
I don't know. I
we
couldn't choose a side there. I think
we
Denver
also
has a
got
good
the
shot beating
Warriors
them.
out there. If they run into the Warriors, man, with Jimmy
Oh my
Butler,
God. Jimmy
you know what
Buckets.
I'm
You talking about
saying?
Jimmy Buckets? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean it's tough out west, man. Getting to the championship out west is going to take a lot of experience. Like you got to know how to
Yes.
play in the playoffs.
Yes. And like you said, Opie, once again, that team is too young. And I'm telling you, they run into the Denver Nuggets, which I'm pretty sure they probably will end up making into the Denver Nuggets. Bruh, they've been back to back damn near 3 times, bro. They very seasoned in this stuff. It's like putting seasons out on some chicken out here, man. You know it's good. It's just that simple, bro. Just saying, man. You can't. They got a little bland right now. They bland. They still new to it. Red. I can't see a young team doing it.
You know
Look how
what?
long the Boston Celtics took to get there. And they was a young team for a long time. They had to get seasons behind that belt to get there. For real. Am I lying?
No,
No,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out my dark horse pick. You know,
Who?
my dark horse pick. I'm gonna go Grizzlies.
Woo! Hey,
Hey,
you just
no,
scared me when you said that. I got
hey,
the
hey,
no,
chills.
hold on. Listen. All right, stat wise,
Yeah,
they have the highest PPG
gotcha.
out of the top 6, and if you look in the other conference, they still have the highest. Well, no, they're second to only the Cavaliers, but their defense is awful. They also their point differential is what 5. So I mean they'll allow an average of 117, but their points per game's average right now is 122. So it's not. I mean it's not that far fetched. They just choke when it comes to it. As a Grizzlies fan, they
Hmm.
hey,
choke.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
didn't say
well,
a
I don't
lock. I
think they
said
can
my dark
compete,
horse.
man.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
The Grizzlies compete
I don't
with the
think they
top
could beat.
teams.
I don't think they could beat Denver, Los Angeles, or
I mean,
OKC.
look at what happened the other night when they played the Lakers, man. The Lakers straight dominant.
It
Mm-hmm.
hurts.
It do, man. Hey, that big center. What's his name from Purdue? What's his name?
Yeah,
Edith.
yeah.
Bruh, dude is that dude. He's for real, bruh. Dude, for real.
He's gotta get some experience in, but that dude might be like the next Joker as far as in the paint. I don't know what he get. Outside the paint, it's kind of different what Joker does, but like in the paint, man, that dude's a rebounding machine, dude.
Bruh, he's 7'4", 305. That's a man. Man, Joe was Joe, 7, maybe 5, 6'11", 7 foot.
He's he's got to be 7 foot, right?
I
He
think
got to
he's
be.
7. Yeah.
Man, but what's his name? Just young and springy. That man,
Yeah,
he's like a
yeah.
brand
Once
new
he once
baby
he gets
chicken.
some, once he gets weathered, he gonna be for
Yes,
real.
it's right. I'm for real. If he injury free, man, that's the scary thing about them big old guys like that. Just like
When he
6'11",
was at
284.
Purdue, the dude was clutch, dude. Like he
oh
took
hell
over
yeah,
games. He
hell yeah.
literally took over games.
Who can match up with him? That was the thing. Who can actually match up with a guy like that? But he
And he
three
could
oh
score.
five.
He could score at will too.
He
But
wouldn't
he ain't
back me
really
down.
he ain't really showed that in the NBA level yet.
You hear what
You
this
talking about
dude just
82?
said? No, y'all hear what this guy up top said? This man said he couldn't back him down. Man, bro, you a toddler out there. You rocking a baby when you see you good. You get out of here.
He
Hey,
likes
hey,
Shaq and Kevin Hart.
hey, listen. It 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 reminds me of when my wife and uh yeah, my wife and I went to and watched the Celtics and Memphis play a few years ago, and she was like, "That dude down there looks small." I was like, "Which one?" And she points. I'm like, "Do you know who that is?" She was like, "No." I was like, "That's Mark Gasol." It, she's like, he looks like he'd be your height walking on the street. I was like, he's like two of me, bro.
That's when you said, "That's right, honey. That's right."
Yeah.
That perception is correct.
Well, we don't want to know how your home life goes, Cove.
You the one gave it out there, but you ain't had no choice.
All right. Anyway, swapping to MLB season long predictions.
Oh,
Uh, Division winners, Hunter. Who you got?
So I got some controversy here. I'm gonna start out with just what I think is gonna happen as far as the NL goes. My Braves are not in my top slot. No, we're gonna go with the Phillies, NL East. I just feel like they're gonna keep rolling throughout the year. Braves aren't gonna stop them. I mean, that tends to be the happening every year is the Braves and the Phillies play and Phillies put them out. So I think the Phillies are gonna lead the East. West, Dodgers. I think it's pretty obvious. Central, I've got the Cardinals, and it hurt me to say that, but I've got the Cardinals. I think they're playing really good. Young team, got some stars. Uh, now, will they be able to put up a fight against some of the AL teams? I don't know. We'll have to see later on in the season. But for the AL, I've got the East. Obviously, it's going to be the Yankees. I think there's no question the Yankees are going to come out on top for the East. West is going to be my dark horse pick, so I'm going to save that. Central, I'm actually leaning towards the Royals for the
mm.
AL Central. I'm leaning towards the Royals, but we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, this is just my predictions. But West, I've got the Athletics. I've got the
Mm.
Athletics. I've got the
Mm.
Athletics. Listen.
Boy,
Focus.
boy, oh boy.
This is a whole Moneyball situation here. I've got the Athletics. They got a young team. They're trying to build. I think they've got a lot of hype behind them. They're going to try to do something this year. So they could potentially be a leader. Now, here in the next 6 weeks, we may find out they're 0-10. I don't know what's going on. But for now, I'm hopeful that maybe they'll start something this year. Kick it up.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
I mean, if Oakland, gets like 5 better starters and gets another lineup of hitters, yeah, I think they could go all the way.
I didn't say they would win the entire MLB. I'm just saying.
Hank, what do you think about that? You think the Oakland Athletics are gonna win? I think he's sleeping on
the uh,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say very confidently that they're not coming out.
Who do you think? I mean, the Rangers obviously will be then outright, but I don't think the Angels get a chance.
Give
I don't.
give me
And
Houston.
I mean,
Give me
you got the
Houston.
Stros, but I mean, what?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but yeah, I think you're missing the team. I like the Mariners out west. I think they have a really. They're getting older. They're not as young as they used to be, and I mean,
Does Seattle have the pitching staff to do it? Yeah, but
I feel like they do with Logan Gilbert, George Kirby. I mean,
yeah,
I like what the
that
Mariners got out west.
that's what they have going for them. But they're gonna
Everything
need some.
else, where's it at?
They're gonna need some
Well, the
offensive
hitting
help.
struggled last year. The hitting struggled last year, but they make some trades in the offseason. They bring in some other guys. I mean, they brought in Teoscar Hernandez. Like Cal Raleigh played at a really high level towards the end of the year.
Who did? Who brought in Teoscar?
Dude, I gotta go.
Oh, I don't know what happened to Thomas either.
He had to leave.
All right, well,
I guess we're in here.
no, we'll finish it out. Championship prediction. I'm gonna take Philly and Cleveland. Cleveland was my team to come out of the AL Central. Um, their pitching staff is always solid. The additions they made last year and with a healthy lineup, I definitely feel like that they can give the Yankees a run for their money. No problem. Philly, they're due. Um, their pitching's always good. Their bats are always going to be hot whenever the game, like when it starts getting to the dog days in September. My dark horse, obviously, my team, St. Louis. Rich in
I think
history with
that's a pretty
championship.
good.
I mean,
I mean, I really you have.
it's
There's a
time for
lot of
history to
talent.
repeat itself. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, playing good. The team, even though they're really young, we do have a veteran rotation. I really like us. It is hard to say that we'll beat Philly or a couple other teams, but it looks like we got it together early. So if we can carry this momentum for a little while, I think we got a good shot.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I wish I could say the same about my Braves, but can't do it. It's super early, but I just know.
I mean, realistically,
I love the fact that every year they build me up and then tear me down at the end of the season. But this year, thankfully, they're starting out with no hope, and it's the best.
yeah.
So,
I mean, realistically, I like Atlanta. I mean, if Spencer Strider comes back, and I mean, it's hard when you start pushing 30 to come back from, throwing your elbow out, and to be, especially being a pitcher like he is, relying on that fastball like he does. But y'all get back Spencer, and then y'all bring back in Acuna in the summer. I mean, because Spencer's supposed to come back now. Y'all get back Acuna. I think it's end of May or June. When he starts hitting, the whole lineup starts hitting because he's the energy. He's the little engine that could on that roster. When he's the one playing well, the entire team plays well. So y'all got a decent chance for sure.
only time will tell. I'm real worried about the young guys coming up in the bullpen right now. Trying to wade the. I really like Schwellenbach. He's really good. I like his stuff. I like his story. I think he not only wants to be there and be in the spot he's in, but he wants to prove himself, and I think that's shown. I mean, he's done pretty good work, I think, for us. But
Yeah,
some of the others,
I like him in y'all starting rotation over the bullpen for sure. I was kind of surprised whenever he was the one taking one of the spots, but I mean, looking at how he's pitched now, it makes sense.
I'm still waiting to see what Smith Shawver does, but he wasn't terrible today, but he wasn't the best. I mean, he put up decent numbers. Obviously, supported me a little bit in fantasy, so that was great. But like not as much as I needed him to. So
I mean, that's like us playing the Twins in this series. I mean, we've been jumping all over some of their pitching, and I about to say Pablo Lopez and Bailey Ober, like neither one of them are pushovers on the mound. So the fact that we've handled them like we have, I mean, it just goes to show that I mean, there's always players that start off hot and there's always players that start off slow, and that's just the way it goes. Especially with Shawver being young.
Best bets of the week.
All right, best bets segment of the week. We're covering April 3rd. Player props only. Austin, what you got?
Player props. I like the Rockies got Sensatella on the mound. So I like Bryce Harper going for 2+ bases in that one. You want to take a flyer, maybe go for a home run there. And then I feel like the Brewers they've watched a lot of people score a lot of runs, and they got a rookie, or no, he's not a rookie anymore, but sophomore season, Jackson Churio. It's about time that he takes disrespect to that, and I think 2+ bases for him versus a lefty too. So I feel like Nick Lodolo. So I like the Jackson Churio 2+ bases.
Yeah, I got you. All right, Hunter.
So I like Tyler O'Neill. I got him at +1 hit, so essentially 1.5 bases total. And I've got Lodolo under 5 strikeouts. This next start.
Yeah, I mean, Lodolo only getting 1 strikeout to start the
Yeah.
season. I mean, I can see that.
All the hype behind him. I'm feeling like he's going to produce more ground outs, pop flies than anything. He's probably going to have good production, but I mean, I don't think he's going to.
He's a sinker ball. He's a sinker ball pitcher, anyways.
Yeah.
So his job is to keep the ball on the ground, limit hard contact.
Yeah, which he did a good job of. I about to say it'll come. Let's see. Mine, I'm taking Jarren Duran, 1 or more hits or 1.5 total bases. Batting a .429 against Charlie Morton, and he's got a bomb and a strikeout, so I like him there. Same thing, I'm looking at Austin Wells. 1+ hits or 1.5 total bases. You can kind of go safe with the hit, or you can go 1.5. Either's fine. Same thing. He's 2 for 5 versus Merrill Kelly. He hasn't struck him out, and he's got a bomb, so I like him. I like both of them to either get a hit or 1.5 total bases. Feel like they go out and do their thing.
Did the Yankees lead off Austin Wells the last time? I know they did. The opening day, but then the next day they let off Paul Goldschmidt versus a lefty. So that's just kind of wild how the Yankees are doing that lineup out there. Obviously, it's working, but still.
I mean, everyone questioned the Wells decision for leadoff before opening day, and then they just taters one.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like,
Goldschmidt,
the first,
and then the next day they lead off Goldschmidt, and he gets a leadoff home run to start the game the very next day. So it's crazy what they're doing there in New York. I guess it's working though. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
It's a good segment leader to the torpedo bats.
All right, anyway, so we're going to wrap it up here. Thank y'all for joining in. Be sure to check us out week to week. We're going to cover all sports for y'all. As far as this goes, we're Side Picks. We'll see y'all next week.